Phil Nell here again, and welcome to What is Your COVID-19 Routine? It is day 108 of my quarantine life, and though quarantine will continue indefinitely, as far as I can tell, this is the fifth and final episode of this series, in which I offer some examples of what I'm doing to keep going, in the hopes that sharing these may be of help to you or simply may be of interest. Because, well, these also function as a kind of Corona-era diary. In this case, the month of June 2020.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter.
Our June 2nd march saw 2,000 people marching down one of Manhattan, Kansas's main streets. Subsequent ones have been smaller, but the protests continue. Back on June 4th, I got my first haircut in 3 months, and I was a bit apprehensive. We're off to get a haircut, which may not be a good idea, because it is summer and my head is warm. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. But my hairdresser was disinfecting the area after each client. They were having fewer clients in at once. Hairdresser was also wearing a mask, and so I decided to do it. I should say that this was a calculated risk. Riley County, Kansas, which is where I live, has a population of 67,000 people. Correction, make that 76,000 people. We have had 67 COVID-19 cases. There are currently 8 that are active, and 1 person has died. Back in early June, Riley County, Kansas was an area with a relatively low rate of infection. And that, unfortunately, is no longer true. Today, which is June 29th, Riley County has 222 positive cases, 134 of which are active, and it has had 3 deaths. To put that in context, May saw a total of 13 new cases and 1 death. Then the state reopened. As of today, Riley County has seen 156 new cases and 2 deaths in the month of June. So, needless to say, I have canceled the haircut that I was going to get this week, and I have no idea when I will return to the hairdresser. Because, as I say, a haircut is a calculated risk. And right now, I think the risk is too great. Since I am not traveling out of the country anytime soon, I have done a good bit of traveling within the town in which I live. Mostly by bicycle, to deliver this year's Common Read, which ordinarily people would pick up on campus, but of course campus is closed except for essential personnel. Manhattan, Kansas both is and is not a cyclable town. Bicycle lanes are inconsistent. They appear, they disappear. You find yourself suddenly in traffic you hadn't planned on. But there is the linear trail and this trail. And plenty of quiet streets, which is nice. And one of the other things I've done is install a Jennif Bar in the basement, which involves me using a drill. If this looks like a bad idea to you, you're not the only one. This is a little safer than seeing me with a drill, isn't it? I can tell. You look more relaxed already. This had been on my to-do list for a month or more, but it never quite reached the top because it didn't seem that important. But improving the quality of your life is important. I've been consuming more media, much of which is what the Nibblings in Tove Jansson's novel would call educational games. And there is such an embarrassment of riches. For example, in the last month alone, I have seen the documentaries Hilma af Klint, Beyond the Visible, Ella Fitzgerald, Just One of Those Things, Toni Morrison, The Pieces I Am, The Booksellers, Up from the Streets, New Orleans, the City of Music, and 2 parts of New York City's International Children's Film Festival's International Animation Festival, an event at the Museum of Modern Art called Abstraction in Latin America. There was a New York Times Broadway offstage opening night, which was preceded by Wesley Morris in conversation with stars Adrienne Warren, Daniel J. Watts, Celia Rose Gooding, and director Kenny Leon. There's a great Bill Irwin play, only 10 minutes, called In Zoom, that was being run out of San Diego's Old Globe YouTube channel. There's a John Prine tribute concert, which is sadly no longer online, though his final song is. And then all the podcasts, those that I've already been listening to, like Code Switch, The Anthropocene Reviewed, This Is Love, Everything Is Alive, 99% Invisible, which has brought back the Articles of Interest miniseries for one last run, which I highly recommend. And then newer ones, or new to me anyway, like Over the Road, Coronavirus, Fact versus Fiction, The Hilarious World of Depression, and so many more. And as I say, that's just the last month. Well, that's all for this series. I'll be continuing my weekly Plague Songs series, but we'll end. What's your COVID-19 routine with this episode? I hope it's been at least a little useful for you, or maybe mildly entertaining. Either way, remember, the pandemic is not over. Wash your hands. Practice social distancing. If you're going to be out in public and near people, please wear a mask. Thank you. Be safe. Keep well and keep each other safe and well.